My name is Peshcel. I'm from Houston, Texas. I've grown up playing soccer. It's one of my biggest passions.
Coming in is Mangan on the cross. Peshcel pushes it through as the Islanders could not get the clearance.
I instantly fell in love when I started playing here. I think it was just a great experience getting to play at this level. I knew I didn't want to come in and sit the bench, and so I really just wanted to make an impact my freshman year. Those were my goals leading up, and then, getting minutes my freshman year starting out, that meant a lot to me, and so just fell in love with it. The whole experience, like the athletics program, has been great, and just everything that comes along with it. It's more than just soccer, it's like a community. So just really have enjoyed the experience of being a student athlete. I was having a little bit of hip issues, and then one day in practice, almost decided to sit out just because of my hip, but I didn't want to miss practice, and so it was just going in for a tackle. It was a contact tear. I felt a pop and heard a pop, and trainers instantly knew it was my ACL. So definitely was devastated, and that was confirmed by the MRI, but just then was focused on the recovery process after. I was a senior when I tore it, so that was definitely devastating. It's kind of like the culmination of my senior season that I missed, and so just had never really had an injury that big before, so it was definitely an adjustment. I was in PT, and that's kind of just describes how the rest of it went. It was pretty much every day doing PT, doing stuff on my own. Like at home, you have to prop your leg up to try to get full extension, which means like you can straighten it all the way. You lose pretty much all your quad muscle, so you're working to build that back up. So it was definitely like a daily thing, but instead of looking at the big picture, I really tried to focus on the day-to-day. Having the COVID year really helped me through the process, knowing that I was working to get back towards something. And luckily I did. I had played in too many games to get a medical red shirt, so if I didn't have the COVID year, that would have been it. And I just, ending on that would not have been the way I wanted to go out. And so even just like looking at COVID, like that brought something good too. So was really grateful to have that year. I got cleared about 9 months after surgery, so all summer I was still doing PT. Finally got cleared. That was the best feeling, knowing that all that work had paid off, and my knee felt really good.
Away from the defender. There's a cross. The ball deflected in for Peshcel. Off the assist from Maya Ola.
So I did re-tear my ACL, and that was in our U of H game. Ironically enough, it was almost exactly a year after the previous one, and when it happened, I felt a pop, but it was different. I didn't know. I got back up and kept playing for like 10 to 15 more minutes. Didn't tell anybody that night. Like, I internally was a little scared. It might just because I heard and felt the pop. But I just kept telling myself, like, this is not going to happen again. This is not where it ends. And so they did the manual test on my ACL, and it wasn't moving much. So they were like, oh, nothing's wrong with it. And then got an MRI, and at first they said it was a partial tear, and then they said it was scar tissue, and then they were like, actually, it is fully torn. But I think the silver lining was they told me I could play on the torn ACL with a brace and finish out my season. And so for me, like, before I found out those results, I was definitely like very emotional, like thinking about never getting to play again, but I couldn't really be mad whenever I was still given the opportunity to play. For me, the community was so important. I think that, meeting other athletes and really just meeting new people, like, I think it opened a lot of doors, and so that was something I think is really cool. Like, just being an athlete here has led me to a lot of different places and different people, and it's really cool to experience and meet new people. So I think that's something that's truly special here, and just like the town we live in. It's been a great experience.